Alright, now let's discuss the next question. It's the 97th question. It's regarding the 97th Constitutional Amendment Act and cooperative societies in India. The 97th Constitutional Amendment Act added Part 9B to the Constitution, specifically dealing with cooperative societies. The right to form cooperative society was included under Article 19 Clause 1 as a fundamental duty. Article 43B was inserted in the Directive Principles of State Policy to promote cooperative society. So, 97th Constitutional Amendment, if you remember, there was a case law, right? Rajendra Shah, right? Rajendra Shah versus Union of India. And what happened in that case? Supreme Court partially struck down various parts of the 97th Constitutional Amendment because they said that, okay, you have cooperative societies which are essentially a state list. They are part of the state list. So, those kind of amendments, okay, those kind of changes into the Constitution requires ratification from half of the state under Article 368. Okay, that process needs ratification because it is a subject that impacts federalism. Right. So, they said that, so because of this reason, certain parts of 97th Constitutional Amendment should be struck down. But the part of that Constitutional Amendment which was dealing with multi-state cooperatives, okay, multi-state cooperatives was not actually struck down. Okay, was not actually struck down because it falls with the remit of union. Okay, it falls with the remit of union. So, that part of Constitutional Amendment was fine, right? So, this was the case. I'll just give you a background to the question. So, the 97th Constitutional Amendment as of now, it added Part 9B. It also added, it actually amended 19 Clause 1, Subclause C, right? Which provided the fundamental right to form associations, trade unions as well as cooperative societies. So, right to cooperative societies, you have a fundamental right to form a cooperative society, and the only limitations are, what are the limitations? So, in terms of sovereignty and integrity of the nation, right, public order, okay, or morality. Okay, this is mentioned in 19 Clause 4. Okay, 19 Clause 4. So, remember C4, right? 19 Clause 1C, its limitations are mentioned in 19 Clause 4. Just remember that. Okay. The next important thing you have to remember is, so this 19 Clause 1C is actually, it is still there, it's not struck down. Similarly, 43B in the Directive Principles of State Policy, which actually directs the state to endeavor to actually create more cooperatives, to ensure the democratic working of cooperative societies, it is also there. Okay, it is not struck down. Okay, so that is also there. It is all part of Part 9B, right? So let's look at the statements. The 97th Constitutional Amendment added Part 9B to the Constitution, which specifically deals with cooperative societies. Correct. Okay, it's correct. Part 9 is Panchayat Raj. Part 9A is, I hope that is also clear to you, right? Municipalities, right? The right to form cooperative society was included under 19 Clause 1. So here what happens is, some aspirants or some, when you attempt the question, you will read this much and you will just immediately lock in because you are definitely sure it's part of 19 Clause 1. You will immediately lock in and mark this as correct. But if you read the statement fully, it's actually part of fundamental duty. Okay, do not miss simple questions like this. Okay, it's very simple. So whenever you read an information that is familiar to you, you may immediately lock in on that information. Okay, it's kind of like similar to confirmation bias, right? So you immediately say, okay, that's correct, because you are familiar with the statement, you know that statement is, that part is correct. But always read the statement fully. So this is actually wrong because it is not part of fundamental duty, it's a fundamental right. 43B was inserted in the Directive Principles of State Policy to promote cooperatives, societies. Correct, right? So if you can eliminate 2, you can easily reach 1 and 3, right? So I hope this question is also clear to you. I just provided a little bit of background for your information. Okay.